I truly believe that prosperity is seeking you. Truly believe it. I believe prosperity is seeking you. Stay until the end. I have a great visualization. There is visualization around prosperity, around money flow. Okay? And I'm going to lead you through that visualization at the end. There are various aspects of our lives where we can and should experience a prosperous life. Prosperous in life purpose, that feels amazing. Prosperity in love, harmonious relationships, a personal relationship, right? A partnership, as well as relationships in business, our professional relationships, our friendships. An abundance of inner peace and trust that all is in divine order. That's prosperity, as well as financial prosperity. We have a human need to experience prosperity in all areas of our life as it brings balance to us. It gives us confidence. It helps us feel secure. Today, I am going to cover money prosperity, not because I think it's the most important, but because people have the most charge and most negative charge around money. If we can come to the point of truly accepting that money is also energy and that it's only an exchange of energy, then we are more easily able to accept money. Inherited beliefs about money play a big part in our life. Plus, we have learned behaviors regarding money. We all do. Many of you responded to my email asking you to share with me your money story, what that story was growing up, what you heard about money growing up. Interesting. Almost all of you shared that you were told by one parent or both that money doesn't grow on trees. As an adult, okay, we understand where they were coming from, but as children, it's a difficult one, okay? And what happens with this money doesn't grow on trees, it can create feelings of guilt for spending money. It can cause some people to feel like they better spend everything, all their money while they have it, because money doesn't last. And it can create scarcity, that money is always hard to come by, or a belief that money will never be enough to go around. Money doesn't grow on trees, literally lands for people in one, and I have seen all of those scenarios. It creates a scarcity mentality. And to add one more, the belief to that, as I began to say, money doesn't grow on trees. It leaves many people feeling that if they have extra money, then someone else must be going without it. So the belief is if you have money and money is abundantly flowing to you, then someone else is starving. Someone else is being neglected. There is 100% no truth to this. And I'm sharing it to bring an awareness because my desire here is to awaken you into what your story is and to help you see that it's truly an illusion and that it can shift. Now, let's talk about inherited. Inherited scarcity, the scarcity vibration that comes and that gets passed down in our DNA. The scarcity of money is very real. Scarcity of love is real, but we're talking about money today. The scarcity of money is very real, as well as the inherited experience of anxiety and fear and feelings of being left out because of the lack of money. How often as a child Did we feel like we didn't fit in because we couldn't have the Nike tennis shoes or whatever it was at the time, right? How often did you feel that you couldn't join a social group because you weren't financially in that same scenario? Or what if, or even the scarcity that your education is not as good as someone who paid hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to, right? Scarcity, where you feel like you have been left out due to your financial status, is very real. There's no judgment on it. These are just ways that it shows up. So as you become aware of different ways that money stories show up and inherited patterns show up, there's no judgment to it, okay? It is an awareness to allow you, like I said, to realize you don't have to hold on to it. Then there is the inherited guilt or guilt for not having money. If we were shamed as a child for not having money by our friends or parents of our childhood friends, we can inherit the guilt for not having money, that we don't fit into society, we can't contribute, we can't socialize, we can't be liked, we can't be popular, right? We are somehow being held back in life. Guilt for being poor, which then triggers a pattern of comparing or jealousy, never feeling like you measure up. I promise you, you do not need to live your life feeling icky with or without money. Having a lot of money comes with its own guilt, its own scarcity, its own different things. But we're primarily talking right now about the guilt of not having money, never fitting in. It truly doesn't have to be this way. You can feel calm, peaceful, and confident with money and trust that it is okay to receive money, to trust that it is okay to hold on to it and not give it away to every family member that asks to borrow it, right? And it is okay to share it with people, knowing that it is a gift you are giving them, because 90% of the time you won't get it back. So don't play that game. If you're going to help support somebody, you're doing it because it's 90%, if not higher, that you won't get it back, okay? I have an exercise that I want you to do on your own, okay? I want you to find time to speak out loud an invitation, inviting in an increased amount of abundance, of wealth, okay, of money. I did not say an increased abundance of $1 billion or an Elon Musk status or, you know, you're going to have $1 million in your bank. You know, it just doesn't happen that way. I wish it did, right? But it doesn't. But you can declare an amount. And so start with a number that is realistic for you, right? A number that is doable for you. Make it fun. I'm not trying to take the fun out of it. It's a reality check with the subconscious. Okay? So you're going to state an invitation out loud to God, to the universe, to your angels, to your ancestors. And you're going to set the intention of increased abundance, financial abundance coming into your life. And you're going to do this like you're calling in a treasured friend, because energy is that equal exchange. Energy is just the give and take of life. Okay? So you're changing the mindset of money being negative to money being a treasured friend. You value it. You treat it with respect, right? You treasure it because it is waiting for you to speak to it with gratitude and love and appreciation. Unfortunately, when we attempt to speak to it with the intention that the universe needs to, that it's late in delivering it, that we have the right to have this because of all that we've done in our life, or that we're at all, like it's all or nothing, it changes the dynamics of the frequency going out. So be very mindful Okay? The universe doesn't need to do anything. It wants to do things, but it's also hard if what the universe sends us, right, we are never grateful for. So it might seem like it's a dichotomy when it isn't quite enough to what you want, but you're going to give gratitude for it anyway because it helps. It helps you become. It helps you stay in a positive flow. It prevents you from becoming bitter, and it really helps with the activation of allowing new opportunities to come into your life. Okay. Because you want to set the intention. We never want to set the intention that the universe owes us. Doesn't owe us anything. And we don't ever want to, say things. We don't want defeating voices going out into the universe to come back, right? Or feelings of nothingness, or that all of our intentions, right, get put aside. We want to drown out the negative and implement the positive. So if you find a penny on the ground, I want you to pick it up with gratitude. Pennies and dimes represent angels anyway. So give gratitude for that. Put it in your pocket and treat it with respect, so to speak. Don't kick it off to the curb. It's energetically not going to work for you. Okay. So give gratitude for all that you find that the universe sends you. Gratitude if Social Security goes up a few, right? Gratitude if Social Security comes a day or two early. Gratitude that your bills, right? That you don't feel so much scarcity around paying bills. Gratitude, set the intention for how much you want to make in your business. If you're making $1,000, double it. I want to make $2,000 a month. Set those types of intentions that are believable to the subconscious. And know that this money scarcity is not your fault. Okay? So, first and foremost, I ask that you give yourself permission to release old beliefs, old stories, and old experiences, many of which are inherited beliefs of scarcity that live active in your subconscious mind, as we've spoken about. They don't serve you. Scarcity is not a good warning vibration. It doesn't warn you of any truth. It's a fear energy and it blocks your expansion. So let's get rid of this, all right? Continuing with my previous thought here, if we are carrying inherited false beliefs of poverty in an area of your life, then unconsciously it blocks prosperity in other areas of your life. That is why people find so much value in my healing activation audios. I've been doing a lot of summits and they've been very popular. And I'm going to offer it to you, my tribe here in my private Facebook group, because releasing those subconscious inherited vibrations of scarcity, unworthiness, patterns of fear can be done. And it doesn't have to be hard, and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to make that happen. The money acceleration comes in 3 audios, and one is releasing inherited blocks, the learned behaviors around money, right? The low vibrational frequencies that we carry within our organs and our bodies. And the subconscious finds what I discover on these audios. You're with me on a journey. You always hear me talking out loud, and it releases it. My audios are like no others. I have famous people listening to my audios. I have very successful people listening to my audios, and I have those just beginning. Your subconscious really does want to help you. You just have to teach it how. So if you feel a sense of lack within your body, your health, know that money fears can be contributing to those. And it certainly contributes to a lack of confidence, and it can hold you back in business. And that low vibration within you can sidetrack your ability to receive love into your life, receive the raise you deserve, receive new opportunities. It blocks you, okay? Realize that if you can clear the pathway to poverty in one area of your life, in your being, you invite prosperity to create an overflow throughout all areas of your life. So let me ask you, are you aware of stories around money that still live within you? Now, don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes we're not. It's more about our experience of not having it that we're aware of, right? But if so, put it in the chat box and I will speak to it to you. Also, is there something in your family history that was passed down to you that you've heard about through stories? Okay. Like one of my clients, she was on the brink of losing her business and had an old story that she had forgotten about, but it had been being played out in her life for many years. She had a hard time making business decisions, and yet she was the owner and ran a business. But her employees kept quitting on her. She couldn't keep them. And when I encouraged her to ask them when they were leaving, why they were leaving, it was almost always because she never took action in the ideas that they had. She couldn't make a decision, and they couldn't take watching her business fail because she had an inability to decide because she was so afraid of failing. So she was failing anyway, right? She had an innate fear of losing everything, which was keeping her from having more money in her business because she felt she would have. Also, she had a fear. I'm going all over. There's a lot to this story. But besides the fear of losing it all, she also had a fear of more responsibilities. Okay. And that if she was more successful, she would be busy. She was a single mother of 2 children. It gets complicated. Money gets complicated. Our our success in life can get complicated because of inherited stories. So long story short, because it really is a great story. She had a great grandfather who in the Depression era owned a manufacturing plant. They were a wealthy family in the Depression. He lost this manufacturing plant due to gambling. So every bit of his income was gone. This trauma was causing my client to fear making a decision because of the fear of losing it all, came from this grandfather gambling it away and making a bad decision. Over the years, I've discovered that it's these types of inherited fears around the idea about money, wealth, prosperity, love, time that keep so many of us stuck. And it was only through the release of that emotion, that false belief, that fear, and that indecisiveness that could invite a new feeling with absolute certainty about her decisions, which allowed an increase of financial abundance in her life. Her employees stayed, her business grew, and she hired people so she didn't have to do it all. It gave her more ease in her life, not more complication. Also, when we clear the blocked energy of to feel the acceptance of money as a part of our divine existence and allow the feeling of acceptance to be planted, new opportunities will reveal themselves. It's 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 the divine law of the universe, okay? So if you are ready to stop holding on to, stop holding your prosperity at bay, let's begin. Now, what if you could relax or go for a walk and even multitask, right? While clearing inherited patterns. Well, you can do that with these audios. And they're in order. Plus, there's like tons of affirmations, lots of releasing, and I replace everything. I don't ever leave you void of having empty space. Okay? So your vibration will be higher, I promise. And allow yourself to let me help you. Now, these money beliefs don't serve you. They will also assist you in raising your money frequency, honoring your earnings, learning how to spend in a healthy way without the guilt of doing it or the regret, right? And to finally get into the flow state that allows you to send out those vibrational invitations to attract more into your life in all areas of your life. So later on, I'll put the link in the comments, okay? Because now I want, well, overall, I want you to believe and to trust that's your divine right to start receiving and attracting what you desire in your life. Now, I've created a visualization for you in my group to take you through this visualization that will assist your subconscious in allowing more abundance into your life. And so if you're ready, let's begin. Then I will come back in and check the chat, okay? So I want you to get into a comfortable position. I'm going to cover my camera. I'm going to take you through a process to help get the subconscious on board with letting go of the past and integrating abundance into your life, okay? So let's begin. In a comfortable position, preferably with your feet on the ground so you can stay present right now. With your eyes closed, and take a deep breath into your lungs, filling your lungs to capacity, and hold, activating the cells of your body and allowing you to exhale now. Let it all out. Release it. Let go of all scarcity and any frustrations with money. Next, fill your lungs to capacity again. Take in a little bit more and imagine you are taking the breath up into your brain. That's right. Activating the cells of your brain, activating the neural pathways, and raising your body's vibration to a higher frequency. Now, as you exhale, you sense, feel, and imagine that you are walking slowly under a full moon through a meadow of tall grass. As you walk along, you let your fingertips dance across the top of the grass, feeling it tickle and soothe your spirits. It's late at night. The sun has long gone down beyond the horizon. The shimmer of the full moon is your only source of light as you wander through the meadow, enjoying every single step. The temperature is absolutely perfect. Not chilly, not too warm. As you reach the top of the rolling hill, all you feel is comfort and bliss. So much so that you allow yourself to lie down in a cleared space made just for you, on a soft blanket, where you feel supported by Mother Earth's crystalline energy. With your hands behind your head, cradling you with strength and security of the most loving universe possible. Your eyes begin to focus up into the heavenly night sky, and brightly shining stars that are ever so abundant. There seems to be so many more stars than usual, more than you've ever seen. The sky is crystal clear without a single cloud to block the stars. Their radiant, beautiful light. You begin to notice tiny golden slivers of stars falling towards Earth. They have a golden, sparkly shine to them as they tumble and fall effortlessly. You notice 1, 2, 4, and now 10 of them being carried through the night sky, and they seem to be floating down towards you. You sit up and reach out your hands, ready to receive these sparkling gifts from the sky. And as they get much closer, you notice these star slivers look just like gold coins, effortlessly falling as they drop gently into your hands, gently as they land in your lap and all around you. Gold shimmering coins. Feel them. They feel so right. They feel so perfect. They feel like they belong to you because they are yours. As you gaze at these golden coins, you notice they begin to shimmer ever more brightly as they gently vibrate in your hands, transforming themselves from physical coins to circles of energy. When they do, you feel compelled to clasp your hands around them and hold it softly. Holding them softly against your midsection, against your heart. In an instant, you feel a soothing burst of cleansing energy pouring to the center of your being, even activating your soul. You open your hands, you look around you, and the coins are physically gone. The beautiful shimmering coins have become a part of you. They are within you, part of your energy vibration, raising it all because you have chosen to accept wealth into your life. It's time to rise from your resting position in the meadow and begin to walk. As you do, you notice abundance bursting into bloom with your every step. As your fingertips graze the tips of the grass, you can see sparks of energy ignite. Within those sparks, you see numbers. You see money numbers. Numbers that represent any level of income that you've always dreamed of having in your life. And as you see these numbers in the sparks, they don't intimidate you. They feel like an old and dear friend. They feel like your truth because they are your truth. So you keep walking along. And that's when you notice something magical happening under your footsteps. With each step, you see stepping stones. But are they? No, they are individual checks made out to you. What amounts do you see? Are you stepping on $100 check, a $500 check, a $1,000 check? Higher checks? Yes. Regardless of the number you see on these checks, with each step, the check amount is being deposited into your existence as you step on them. Feel them depositing and integrating within you now. Gazing up from your feet, you see hundreds, even thousands of people in front of you across the meadow. They all look to you with eyes filled with gratitude and their hearts bursting with appreciation for you. As you pass each one, they gladly hand you money, little energetic bursts that represent cash, checks, credit cards, silver, gold, stocks, and even cryptocurrency. Each time they shake your hand with gratitude, you feel this energy of abundance flow into you. It builds and binds to you as you meet more of these people blessing you with money in all its forms. Your very being seems to be on the verge of bursting with joy. With every deposit they make into you, you're reminded that it is because of every deposit of immense value you have made into them first, at some previous time in your life and those in the future. You are valued for who you are for them. Only you can bless others with your unique talents, skills, and gifts. Only you can bless others with your personality. No one else can provide others the divine miracle that you offer. And when you bless others with the miracle of your connection, they are honored to give thanks through the loving exchange of value with their money. You deserve to allow this wealth to arrive in your life for all that you are right now and for all that you will become in the future. Receiving money is an energetic transaction that reveals you are being honored for all that you give to others. That's all. Starting today, open the door with an invitation to your limitless wealth. And it all begins with the simple word, allow. Allow yourself to receive all that you are worth. It is waiting to arrive as you simply open your arms. You have always been limitless in your abundance. Now is the time for you to allow it to become your daily reality. Take it all in. Feel it settle deep within you as you allow yourself to trust your prosperity. As you continue to walk the meadow of wealth in your heart, mind, and soul daily. Now, with your eyes still closed, take a deep breath into your lungs and hold for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. As you sense, feel, and trust the activation within your brain and cells of your body to retain this cellular memory of abundance. There you go. Now, I will count back from 3 to 1. And on 1, you will open your eyes wide awake and present. 3, bringing your awareness back to your breath. 2, ever more mindful of your divine state of abundance. And 1, you are awake, clear, and ever more trusting of the increase of financial wealth as you more fully exchange the energy of money. come back to me. Put in the chat how you're feeling right now, what you felt during that. What do we have here? Wilma, you've been refreshing and refreshing here and here. You're so excited to be here. I am glad you're here too. Okay. Oh, Wilma, am I reading your life story? Dear one, and you don't have to stay in this, I promise. Okay. You don't have to stay in it. And just remember that a lot of it is how you were raised. Okay. It depends also on the genetics, your energetic blueprint that you inherit. So release some guilt around it, so to speak, or any sense of responsibility, and just trust, dear one, that it can change. Okay. You can begin to feel calmer and more trusting of money. That would be a very good starting spot for you. If there's anything specific you want to know, ask away. Okay. Let me see. Of course, it's jumping all over the place. Alicia, you just started writing this morning. That's so cool. I'm glad. Sylvia, it resonates. You know, money is a thing, right? And especially, well, money presents itself for everybody. You know that? It just does in one way or another. But if you're in the service profession, if you're a healer, if you read records, it doesn't matter if you're in a service profession, including a nurse, okay? If you're a home nurse, anything that's service-based, it can be very difficult to take money in exchange for your gifts. It can. And if you are in the service, you have a gift for wanting to help others. So when these inherited things come into play, were you raised where these type, your services, we give of service and we don't ever charge for it? A lot of people were raised that way. You can give whenever you want, but if all you do is give with no energetic compensation, you will become depleted. You can get sick, right? It's not a balanced way to be. So it is in your divine right to take money, to receive money, to exchange this energy with other people. I got off on a squirrel there, but anyway, it was in my zone. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. It just keeps jumping all over here. Sue, you might have been late getting on the Zoom, the call here, but I talk about prosperity in all areas of our life, and I give a lot of different examples around it. I'm just chose to talk about money prosperity right now. And when we clear blocks to money prosperity, or we clear blocks to love, or we clear blocks to time management, it creates abundance in all areas of our life. Money is not the most important subject. Money is not the most important thing in our life, but it does not serve us, okay, to live in scarcity, because scarcity will show up in other areas of our life. So it's strictly a topic that I picked, not because it's the most important, but because it is present right now in people's lives. Yeah. Picking up pennies, way to go, Alicia, way to go. They are good luck. Crystal, there's a roadblock for you. Money is a roadblock for you. Okay. Well, it can be. I understand that. Okay. It certainly can be. Okay. An age, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Just know that. Okay. And Adriana, I see that your parents really instilled within you that having money was greed, and that people did, evil things to get it. We have lots of examples in the world around us with politicians, right? With people in authority that do use their power in, in not healthy ways. But not everybody is that way. And the truth is, a lot of really good people have money. And we're not talking that everybody needs to be a billionaire here, right? We're talking about learning to be comfortable with money, be a receiver of money. And if you are working, you get paid for the work you do, right? It is an exchange of energy, whether we like it or not. It is the commerce of how Earth is created. It'd be great if we didn't have to, but an exchange would still take place, whether we traded money, right? Whether we trade food, whether we trade blankets, it is still an exchange of, of support from one person to another. Yeah, it is very common, Adriana, to have the belief that to be wealthy means you did something evil. Or the other thing is that people will think you did, right? I hear you. I was raised in something similar. Okay, I understand that. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me scroll down here. I'll come in and answer you each individually. If I miss it, there's no rhyme or reason. It just jumps. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Samantha, I see it. Money is the root of all evil. Same thing, right? I'm talking about, right? And it's not. Think about all the good things you can do if you had a little bit of extra, right? And you felt comfortable with it. We can also go into the scarcity that no matter how much we have, it's never enough. I work with a lot of people that are really afraid of retirement, even though they have quite a bit, they've saved, they have this so fearful that they're going to lose it all. Well, we have a market that's volatile right now. We can find truth in all things, why we have a fear. But almost always there's an inherited fear of losing it because they have lost it at some point or their crops were destroyed, right? And then, so I hear you. Okay. You have generational poverty. You're well aware of that, Wilma. Wow. Yeah. 9 children. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, then it probably, I do know a few families that have, a lot of children and they do quite well. But there is those stories, right, in our bloodline where there wasn't enough to go around, and yet they kept having them. I understand. Hmm. These things can be cleared. Okay, we do not have to hold on to them. It is truly an energetic vibration within the cells of your body. It truly is something that can be released. You can have shifts around it. You can have it a higher vibration cellularly to attract, to let go of the scarcity and to attract more into your life. As I mentioned, you can't go from 0 to a million. Can't, unless you do want to do illegal things, right? But you can have greater ease around it and you can increase your abundance, especially if we're not tied to how abundance comes in. It might be the family member helps you if you're retired and money is running, and you're having a shortness of money or you're on disability. People often on disability feel scarcity. I understand, right? I do. And if you're not able to work, how do you generate income? But it can come in from different ways. It can't be somebody randomly helping you. It can be that a bill gets lowered. But you have to trust and not try and figure it out. Yeah, when we try and figure it out is where it kind of gets complicated for us. It blocks God from bringing things into our life because we aren't even aware that they're there. Because if they don't show up how we're asking for them, then we don't see them. Okay, let's see. I did activate, Wilma. I did activate. I activated the cells, I raised them. You have to get the subconscious on board with releasing, and you have to allow it to begin to trust that change is safe. Most of the times, resistance comes up because we have a fear of change, right? We think we want things to change, but when it comes right down to it, the subconscious doesn't want us to hurt. It doesn't want us to experience pain. And so we might not be as open to open doors, so to speak, and we'll stay behind closed ones because that way we're safe. It was definitely an activation. Yep. Alicia, I love you too, dearest. Hello, Tiffany. Um, Tiffany, well, the truth, ever since your husband's accident, and let's just say, you've been through a lot, Tiffany. Let's just look at that for a minute. Your husband almost didn't live. Then it was never whether would he come out of this state of being, right? Your hospital bills right now are going to be high. I do believe in miracles around hospital bills. Be diligent with that, okay? And the fear that you now have now, right? A lot of it is there's a truth in that you're in this situation, but it's the illusion that it was going to last. It won't, Tiffany. It won't. You are going to get through it, just like God brought you through this, okay? It was not your husband's time to go. It's not going to be your life path to suffer from this accident, right? Energetically, financially, forever. I know that for you. So have confidence in earning your money. Have confidence your husband will return to complete health, and know that life will begin to flow. Now you've made changes around life. That's very good. I'm not saying it's going to return to the way it was. You actually don't want it to, but new opportunities will come in. Bills will get reduced from the hospital, and things will improve for you, Tiffany. Trust that. It's in divine flow for you. Mhm. Um, so you don't have, not having tell me, Barbara, hello, Barbara, tell me what you mean by the behavior of not supporting you financially. Do you not have a way to make a living? Are you retired, right? Do you, like what's putting you in this state where you believe that nothing is possible? Help me understand, and I can come back in. Hello, Tim, you're welcome. Hi, Dan. I really want to encourage you, everyone, to listen to this particular visualization. Okay. Imagine abundance in all areas of your life. That's what I want for you. I want you to have greater ease around money, increase it. Okay. But I also want you to have an abundance of love in your life. An abundance of self-acceptance. If you can't accept yourself, how can you accept good things coming into your life, right? If you never feel worthy of it, this is an amazing, I spent a lot of time writing this, a lot of time in meditation with it, and it is powerful. If you want something to add to this, get my audio series. I marked $100 off of them, everybody, okay? You get to keep them, you own them, there's no going away time for it, okay? Because in there I take like something we did today, and then I release specific vibrational frequencies. It's like 10 times what we just did today. So don't get hung up on time, that you don't have time to listen to them, because you can be multitasking. There's lots of directions with it, simple directions. And then you have them in your toolbox to help you, because money goes in cycles, okay? It's not constantly coming in. It goes in cycles as we shift, as we grow, as we scale our life, how we feel, right? They're there with you all the time that you can access. Okay. Let's see. Deanne, you're absolutely spot on. If you do the things you love, especially, right? If you can get into a state of being good to yourself where you take up a hobby, you might be saying that in there, Dan, but you take up a hobby and get out of scarcity, step away from it for a hot minute, right? But it's also very important that you enjoy what you do on a daily basis. So if you're trapped in this job that you hate going, okay, over time it will make you sick, because your body's going to try and honor you so you don't have to go to work, right? Be very mindful of the choices you make and those you don't make, because they impact how you feel now and in the future. I never woke up, okay, and said, I want to be a generational healer. I want to talk to dead people, said no Lisa ever in my entire life, right? But I can tell you that corporate America while I did well in corporate America for many years, my body told me differently. And I had some serious health issues impact my life to where I almost died. I had to make changes in my life. One step led to another. So if you are stuck in a job that you don't love, start looking at other options. It's not the end all. You don't have to decide what your forever job is. The universe doesn't work that way. It guides you along in little steps to make decisions. You don't have to be overly busy to be successful, but you do need to do something that you enjoy doing. Okay? And it doesn't mean that every day is an amazing day, but it means that because you enjoy what you do, because it feeds your soul, not just your pocketbook, it feeds your soul. Opportunities and abundance comes then. And I'm here as a testament to that. Because if God had told me what I was going to do now in my life, I promise you, I would have never said yes 20 years ago. Not ever, because I didn't believe in it. So say yes to those things right now in your life that can move you. Take an art class, take a yoga class, build some physical strength, eat more healthy, say yes to you. Stop spending money late at night online on all deals, right? Spending it because you have it now will not garner it later. Take a percentage and use that for spending, right? Money has an energetic frequency to it. That's all, everyone. That's all. Allow me to help you more, okay, if you feel called to it, because I want to help you. I want to help you get rid of it. I want to help you clear generational stuff. You don't need it, all right? Let's see. Mm. You never woke to want. No, nobody wakes up thinking they want. In fact, when people come to me and say, can you do a clearing? This was a long time ago. They don't do it so much anymore. But can you clear so that I can see dead people? And I'm like, do you really know what you're asking? Because there's a lot to that. Are you sure? You don't get to choose who comes. You don't get to choose who you see. So I agree with you. Nobody wakes up and says, oh, please let me see dead people. Okay. And by the way, that's kind of offensive to them because they're really not. They just don't have their physical body, but that's a whole nother conversation. That would be an amazing masterclass, actually, as I'm in flow here. But what's important is that you do embrace your gifts. You don't judge them for what they might be to other people. If I had stayed judging my gifts that other people wouldn't accept me, I would never be where I am now. I would never be able to help people like I do now. I would never have built up my confidence. Mm-mm. So embrace your gifts. Do not define how they have to show up or how they have to be implemented in your life. Embrace it. Learn about them. And if you ever have a question about that, reach out to me. I do 15-minute calls every Monday. Okay. And I can talk to you about your gifts. I can talk to you about different things in your life. I won't be doing a session on you, but I can give you guidance. And that's my give back. I want to help you. Anybody that has that service heart wants to help other people. So I'm grateful you're here with me. And I'm grateful that I was able to deliver this visualization and talk to you about something that is kind of can be an icky subject. And we have to release the ickiness around it. There's no judgment. Okay? It just is. It's the e-commerce of life. And we live in it, whether we want to or not. And maybe in the next life, we won't have to. But right now, we're in it. So let's get rid of the guilt. Let's get rid of the shame. And let's activate for an increase of financial abundance right now. And allow then abundance into all areas of your life. Sending you lots of love, expansion, and activation for this. I'll post in the group. I'll come in and chat with you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.